Welcome to Truth Anchor with LibertyNews.com. I'm Eric Odom, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about the gun control craze that's taking our country by storm. It's just, watching media for the last few days, it's almost unbelievable how much effort is being put forth by mainstream media, which, as we all know, is mostly state-run, into pushing this gun control narrative as if we just have to control guns. We have to do more. We have to pass legislation. There has to be more executive orders. Even though none of them can explain what more needs to be done, they're just calling for more to be done. And one senator, as you'll see on LibertyNews.com, is actually saying that Congress is responsible for mass murder by not passing gun control. It's just lunacy. They're calling for more gun-free zones when these shootings are happening on gun-free zones, like the one in Oregon. It was a gun-free zone. The shooting outside the military recruiting center, gun-free zone. Guns don't kill people. This firearm right here cannot kill someone. This is not a murderer. This can kill someone. So the idea that by keeping people from being able to own 10, 13, 14, 20 guns is suddenly going to make them not someone who would commit crime is absurd. But they're acting on this anyway because ultimately they don't like the Second Amendment. They don't like that you and I have a right to keep and bear arms and that right shall not be infringed. Barack Obama and the White House are calling for more executive actions, which is a code word for executive order. They've actually changed it. They don't use order anymore, but executive action is executive order. But to do what? More gun control would not have stopped some psycho kid, high on drugs and depressed, from going and committing the crimes he committed. He could have driven a car in. He could have mowed down people in a busy mall with a vehicle. There's so many things that people can do to kill others. Guns don't kill, people kill. So the gun control craze is just lunacy, and it needs to be rejected outright by us in social media and in blogs. Anytime you see a call for gun control, it needs to be rejected. It's just absurd. One final thought I wanted to leave you, or video I want to leave you with. If you want to see how crazy this call for gun control has gotten, check out this video on MSNBC when host Joe Scarborough says there's no way we're going to be able to push forward mass gun confiscation across America. Watch this co-host's response when he says that. She's shocked that that's actually a statement being made that we can't do mass gun confiscation in America. Check out this video.
So the question is, what do we do? And the president's talking about confiscating guns like they did in Australia. Well, that's never going to happen here.
Why?
Because we have a Second Amendment, and also you talk about a national registry. I mean, do we really trust the federal government to know where all the guns are? The same federal government that runs the IRS and is capable of doing what they're doing? I don't think most Americans would want.
That's where we really.
That co-host, her response, her reaction is typical of what we're seeing in media now. Mainstream media, those pushing this narrative, want gun confiscation. That's the action they want, because there is no other gun control regulation that they could push forward that could do something that they believe needs to be done, which is to keep every American from having guns. That's what they want. That's what we're up against. People who believe the Second Amendment is the problem and to believe that guns kill people, so they want all guns gone. And again, still, even in that scenario, which will never happen, but even in that scenario, they think that if law-abiding citizens don't have guns, criminals won't use guns to kill people. It's just absurd and it's lunacy. And I say the more the merrier. I think that all those individuals at the college needed to be armed. They could defend themselves. I think that teachers need to be armed. They could defend their class. They could defend themselves. And common sense says if there are people with guns in a room, someone's probably not going to come into the room and start shooting because they will be shot. So to the government, to the mainstream media, from our cold dead hands, you're not taking these away.
From my cold dead hands.
This is not a killer. Go after the people using this to kill. That's the problem in America. For Truth Anchor and LibertyNews.com, I'm Eric Odom.